Good afternoon. Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 22nd of August. Now it's late in the afternoon here, so the sun's kind of going down, so I thought I'd quickly pop on before it gets dark and make a little video. And I will get started and we'll just see what comes up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't as well, and hit those like buttons and comment, because you know I love to hear from you guys. We always have great chats here on my channel, and we'll just get started and see what comes up. Now I'm getting there's this fabricating of the story. So when you think of fabricating, it sounds like they're sewing things together. So this could be around the reset to me. This is about the stories that they've been putting out. They're fabricating, which means they're creating and sewing things together. You think of fabric being sewn, they're kind of trying to put things together. I'm getting that kind of visual of a patchwork quilt. And this is the people that are rolling out the reset agenda. They're fabricating. So it's like they're making things up. If you think about the word fabricating, it's like you're making things up. And they're kind of creating, I talked about them having to change up the reset because too many people stood up. Well, that's what they're doing. They're having to fabricate a few stories. They're kind of covering their tracks now because they don't want any more people waking up. We know that. If you're here on my channel, we know they're very good at covering their tracks because, like we always say here, a lot of the injuries that are coming out from the jabs have been getting blamed now for COVID. Apparently, COVID causes all myocarditis and blood clots, and we know how it goes, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. All of a sudden, COVID's giving it to everybody now. Whereas we know on this channel, it was always side effects of the jab. But anyway, this is the kind of thing I'm getting, that they're fabricating their stories now. So they're making things up to cover their tracks. We know that they're very good at doing that. Even sometimes we get a surprise, don't we, here on my channel, at how good they are at covering their tracks and fabricating stories. Let's see where else we go with this today. That's the global leaders and the people in charge of rolling out their big reset agenda. Hang on, let's see what else we get. People can't figure this out. I keep saying these people waking up can't figure this out, but they can't. They can't figure this out. It's like I said this morning about the dot to dot, joining the dots and making a picture. Well, they can't work this out. It's like they've been given some, what do you call those, puzzle teasers. And they're thinking, is this some sort of teaser where we can't, there's no number 2 or there's no number 6 and they've left the dots out, or it's a misprint. This is how the people waking up are feeling, because it's not making sense. It's like, to these people waking up, to them, it's like there's a glitch in the matrix because nothing's adding up, nothing's making sense. And this is the people waking up. That's what they're currently going through. They're going through a lot of confusion. I always talk about them having the question marks, millions and zillions of questions. They want to know what the hell is going on. And that's what I'm getting for these people waking up. They're, I guess you could use the word mystified. They're mystified by what's currently being dished out to them. The thing is, they're showing me all these people waking up with their hands like this, just going, why is this happening? Why is this happening? And it's the old, where did our lives go? But the hands are like this. They're showing me that it's that bewilderment that I talked about. They're bewildered now. They don't understand what's going on because they can't join the dots. As we all know on my channel, the dots don't add up because there's no picture. It's a big schmozzle. I told you that they rolled out the reset too quickly and they hit everyone too hard with everything. And now it's just caused immense confusion for people, which what happens when you get confused? It wakes you up because it doesn't make logical sense. They're not in the mass psychosis for everything else. I keep saying it. Let's see what else we get today. God, I've had Belgium a little bit in the last month, I would say as well. They're starting to stand up. People, there's something happening in Belgium, Munich, Germany, France. people are going to start rising up. I don't know what's happening there, but there's big changes afoot. They're kind of, maybe they're creating more of this app world. We know the apps like the Can app in Canada. Maybe they're trying to push some of these things onto people, but the people aren't going to stand for it. I'm getting that there's really good strength in numbers in these places. They're starting to rise up because it's that strength in numbers. I'm definitely getting that for these areas. Let's see what else we get. God, I'm getting Canada, and I'm getting the red carpet in Canada. Like, we know Trudeau's been really rolling out his red carpet. Gosh, he just pushes the boundaries with the people, doesn't he? But they're showing me all his minders and all his helpers and support team, which wouldn't be very many. I wouldn't think he'd have any minders and support team left. It's showing me they're vacuuming his red carpet. So they're like cleaning up his red carpet on his reset. So it's almost like they're trying to make the red carpet look different, if that makes sense. They're trying to clean everything up. So we know there's a lot coming out about Canada and Trudeau and all the lies about the health things he was implementing, what is it, the flying around, hey, you can't fly here and there without your passports, and we know that he's really been lying to the people, and he got caught out because now people have come out and told their truth, like health ministers and people who didn't say that that had to be implemented. Well, you kind of all know globally that this is going on, but Trudeau is highlighting this now. So he's got people who are cleaning up, I guess you could say, his act, because we know it's like a big act. And he's, of course, the main star of the show. But they're vacuuming his red carpet. It's showing me they're trying to clean up. I guess you could say it's like cleaning up his image. If you think of the red carpet awards ceremony that we talk about here a lot on my channel, these global leaders who think they deserve big awards for, you know, getting through the pandemic and doing all their wonderful work, that they should be put on a pedestal. Well, we know that Trudeau's trying to clean up his image. He's trying to be squeaky clean again. They're showing me this like... Yes, they're showing me him as a rubber ducky. They're showing me him as a rubber duck in the bath, and someone scrubbing it all and trying to clean it up. They're almost they're almost saying it's like this really old rubber ducky, and it's gone all like moldy, and it's been in the bath too long, and it's, you know, like one of your old kids' toys that's starting to get moldy from the bath play. And it's showing me he's trying to clean up his image. He's trying to be squeaky clean. So he's got his minders and all his people doing all his work in the background to clean up his image. And it's showing me like the rubber duck, because we all see him as a bit of a rubber duck, don't we? Like, just, it's almost like, he's just sailing through the narrative. If you think of a rubber ducky in the bath, just floating around, but it's got no like personality. Like, it's just this shell of a, you know, you could squeak it. It's just this, if you think of a rubber duck, this is what the guides are saying, and you squeeze it, there's nothing inside but like air. It's just like, and that's what Trudeau is. He's just full of like, I suppose you could say hot air, but he's just full of air. He's got no substance to him. He's just this empty vessel. And it's like, you know, you see every rubber duck, they look the same in the face, don't they? They're kind of just, so this is what I'm getting for him. He's trying to clean up his image, and he's getting people to scrub it all down now. So I would say he's got people working on his media representation. I think we'll see in the next few weeks that he's trying to salvage his image, is what I'm getting. People working for him are trying to plan, what would you say, press opportunities for him to regain the people's confidence. He's trying to be seen, he's going to want to be seen as this caring, kind person. It might even be that he might enter into old folks' homes. He might pop up in the medical systems. He wants to be seen as this very caring, kind person, because that's what the rubber ducky image is showing me, that he doesn't have any depth to him. There's no depth. And he's wanting people to see him as a more caring and deeper character, which we know is fake. But that's what I'm getting for Trudeau in the next few weeks. I feel like he's trying to vacuum that red carpet and present a cleaner and tidier image to his people. I'm definitely getting that. Trudeau is trying to clean up his image. I'm still picturing him as a rubber ducky and all the other leaders as well in the bath as the rubber duckies. I don't think they've got any substance to them, have they, if we squeeze them all? They're just probably full of mould and gunk in there. And that's the image I'm getting for Trudeau. He's just a little bit of he's being perceived, and we know that is who he really is, as a sort of a cold, lifeless kind of character. Just floating through the reset agenda, trying to roll everything out, as we know. But he's definitely trying to clean up his act. And his image, his image has been tarnished. And we know it was pretty much tarnished with the trucker movement and, you know, getting in the UN cops and all this sort of garbage and treading on people with horses and arresting people for no reason. Is it Tamara? Yes, no reason. And so that's what we've got with Trudeau. He's trying to improve his image by cleaning it all up with the vacuum cleaners on his red carpet reset agenda. I'll just see what else we get today. Now, I'm getting this for the people waking up. They're trying to break free of the herd. I often talk about these people who are waking up being like a herd of cattle. And we are the like naughty people who unhinged the gates to the cattle yard and let the cattle out, because we showed them, just by being us and moving away from the narrative, that you can be free and you have that opportunity to make your own decisions and move forward with your life. So now it's showing me these cattle are wanting to, like, we talked about them trying to stampede and get away from government, but these people waking up are trying to sneak away. I think I said it the other day. They were trying to not answer the doorbell, for example, from government when they're knocking. And you can just imagine, when I say knocking at their door, I mean things like sending apps on their phones, like, you're due for your 4th booster. We noticed that you haven't had your 4th booster. You know, tracking and tracing all your health information and keeping you right up to date, you know. Hitting them hard as well with probably ads on their Facebook pages, all these things, you know, it just goes on and on and on, you know. Have you had your COVID booster? Even the ads on TV here, I'm sure you guys get them as well. We get a lot of ads with the word boost in them, and they're not always about the jab. I often see that word boost come up, how to boost your, you know, your carbon emissions and make things better. They use these words, and we talked about that a lot here, about them using subliminal messages around the reset. You know, are you doing your part to save the environment, and having all these quotes? Well, that's what these people are getting hammered with now. I feel like on their devices and all this stuff, they're getting hammered with that. They're hitting them hard, because you see, what we've got to remember about the cattle, these are the ones that complied. So they're trying to get out of that narrative. So it's showing me the cattle are trying to, not all, we know there's a handful stuck in the mass psychosis, but a lot of them are waking up and wanting to move away from government. And what they're doing, they're trying to do it sort of sneakily. It's showing me these cattle kind of creeping away and trying to hide under these like big trees. You know how sometimes if you see cattle and they'll huddle together, if it's a very hot day and say they're black cattle, I live in the country here, so there's a lot of variety of cattle, they'll often huddle together under a big shady tree, and you can hardly see them if you drive past a paddock because of the shade. They blend with the dark, and the foliage often drops over them. The sheep will do this as well, but this is what I'm getting about the cattle. They're trying to hide from government. We open the gate and show them that you can have your freedom. So now they're trying to get it back and ignore all this information that's coming to them, all the messages that are being subliminally put into their heads, they're trying to not comply. And that's great. We need them to not comply. I said that this morning because that helps us all to get our freedoms back. Because if they keep complying, it's easier for government to kind of target them and keep them in that big group. We kind of need them to sort of separate a bit over there, those cattle. So having them hiding is actually a good thing. Like I said, they're not answering the doorbell. They're not answering their messages. They're not doing as they're guided and doing what they're told. You know, we keep talking about the Mpox thing here. Now, I noticed on the bottom of the little news story on TV today here in Australia or here in New South Wales, the state that I live, yes, there is now a reported case of Mpox. Yes, so again, still trying to put the fear in everybody, but they're still trying to hide away these people and not answer to government. So that's great. We need this to continue to happen. Anyone waking up is just a great thought for us, isn't it? Because we unhinged that gate for them a long time ago and we've showed them the way, and a lot are wanting to follow, I keep saying it, in our footsteps and get their freedom back. I'll just see what else we get today, if there's anything to close with. God, I just keep getting that, sorry, it's getting darker here. The sun's disappearing, guys. I'll come down lower in the light. I'm a bit grainy. People are wanting to nourish themselves. Now, when I think of nourishing, we kind of do that. If you're here on my channel, we've found a way to nourish ourselves and uplift ourselves and make ourselves feel happier, healthier and stronger. Well, these people are now also wanting to do that. Now, when we think of the cattle again, it's getting back to they're wanting to get to the greener grasses. It's like they've eaten out this paddock over here. We took the gate off and the hinges, and now they're heading over there to the really green pastures. So they're wanting to get to the longer grass and the yummier grass and nourish themselves, which, if you think of the visual of the cows escaping the the cattle yard, which means control of government, they're nourishing themselves by trying to get back their freedoms, get back their lives, trying to ignore what's been coming at them, what they're being fed, the garbage they're now waking up to. This is what's happening. They're wanting to get to the greener pastures and the long green grass and start to enjoy life again. That's what nourishing yourself is. It's about enjoying life, having freedom. Freedom is such a simple thing that we shouldn't even have to beg and grovel for. And now these people are wanting theirs back. 3 years on, it's been a long time now. How long do you keep going? You know, I keep talking about them veering off. But that's what they're doing. They're sneaking away and they're looking for the greener grass and the greener pastures. And that's great. That's what we want to hear on this channel. Roaming free, like the free range cattle. That's what they're becoming, and that's great. I'll see if there's anything else to close with today. Yeah, and the guides are just saying that we've got to just sit back and allow this to happen now. It's almost, hang on a sec. Oh my God. They're saying that we're now like, if you're here on my channel, we get some very strange analogies on this channel. We're actually like we're sitting at a rodeo now. So we're like at this rodeo and we're up in the grandstand and we're watching the bulls and everything, just this rodeo show. If anyone's been to a rodeo, it's full on. There's cattle, there's horses, there's all sorts of action. And that's what we're watching. We're watching people. It's saying like these cattle, which is the people waking up, they're really fighting now against government. There's people really standing up now. I think we're going to see a lot more of it. I did say September there might be a few things about rising up. We're going through this little lull period. I did mention that would happen, that there would be the housing market's going to drop in August and we're going to get this little lull period where the reset's backed off. And I think you could pretty much say in most countries, these global leaders have backed off. They even look to the point, Albanese, he looks like he's almost sad as. He's just got this, like his old reset didn't just come out and now he's had to rethink everything and it's all hard work. And that's good. That's what we want. I hope that's happening where you guys are. But this is what I'm getting. We're now watching these like bucking bulls and people pushing against government and trying to knock the gates over. When you think of a rodeo, God, the bulls are always trying to knock the clowns over. We could pretty much say the leaders might be the clowns in the rodeo thing, trying to get their control back. You think of a clown, it tries to get the control of the bull. If you've ever gone to a rodeo, that's how it works. the clowns are like the distractions. So they're trying to get the bull to go back through the gate. So this is what the leaders and the government people in charge are trying to do. Get the bulls and all these bucking bulls and everything back into the cattle yards and all that. But no, people are fighting back now. And it's even showing like wild brumbies rearing in the at the Rodeo. We're all there cheering it on. We've all got our cowboy hats on and we're woohoo! And we're all excited because people are breaking free of the narrative and we're like clapping and cheering, and it's very exciting. And that's where we are today. We're sitting up on the grandstand at the Rodeo watching all these cattle and that going through their, what would you say, fight backs, I guess. If you think of a bucking bull or someone bucking on a brumby or a wild horse, or I don't even know what. I haven't been to a rodeo for a while. I used to go a long time ago. We do have them in my area. But that's what I'm getting. We're just sitting back now. We're encouraging, we're cheering, and we're just like, we're just so happy to see people just breaking free of that narrative. And that's the image of these people on these bucking bulls. You know, they're breaking free of that narrative and trying to get their life back again. And you got the stupid clowns, which is representing, you know, the leaders and that, trying to get the attention of the bull and get them back into the, oh no, go back into the little bull area and the behind the gate, and we'll just shut the gate behind you. Nah, people are fighting back, and that's the image I'm going to leave you with today. People are getting out. They're getting out of the narrative. They want out. They don't want to stay stuck in it anymore. So that's where we are today. We're in Terrabella Rodeo, watching all this play out. Safest place to be, with our cowboy hats and all our check shirts and our flannel tops and whatever you wear over there in America and Canada and everywhere. And we're just being cowboys and cowgirls, and we're just enjoying the entertainment. And that's basically the message I'm going to leave you with today. Hang on, let me see if there's anything else. Oh, they're giving me 2 songs. I knew they would want to give me a song for this. We're getting Wild Wild West. I don't know who sings it. Living in the Wild Wild West. And that comes back to us being the cowboys as well, walking out of the wild western town with everybody following us, that I said the other week. Remember that people were following us out of this ghost town, and we like had the guns and were leading that people out of that terrible, quiet ghost town. The Wild Wild West. And there's another song, they're saying to go and check out that song by, I know you guys will love it, Robbie Williams. Yeah, Robbie Williams. That's him, isn't it? Feel. Is it? I don't want to feel. It's about rodeos. Go and check it out. It's so cool about these guys bucking on the horses. And it'll give us that really good visual of these people waking up and fighting back and how they're finding that real strength. Because if you think of anyone who rides rodeos, I think there's a movie called 8 Seconds as well, isn't there? Where you ride the rodeo and you've got to get to the buzzer after 8 seconds usually. And they're strong. They're so strong. It's not only physically, they're like really mentally strong, a lot of these guys. It's a real profession too. So that's what I'm getting for these people waking up. They're starting to become extremely strong, not just physically but mentally, to stand up against government. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Go and check out those songs. It'll just get that visual into your mind of these people waking up and us just cheering rather, and clapping in the Terrabella Rodeo today. So look, have fun everybody with that image. I think it's just, oh my God. It's actually a great song, that Robbie Williams song. I really love it. And that Wild Wild West, I've got to go check out the film clip for that. Maybe we're walking through that wild western town, bringing all the people behind us. So look, I'll say goodbye from Australia. It's getting really dark here. The sun's going down. And don't forget to comment below, hit those like buttons, and I'll talk to you real soon. I'll chat to you tomorrow. Bye everyone. Have a great night. Bye.